Hello, welcome back to Learn Physics. In today's topic, we are going to start a new chapter, that is alternating current. In the previous videos, we did till current, electricity, and next chapters are electricity and magnetism. Okay, and then electromagnetic induction also coming. Those chapters I already did that in the previous years. Same topic, no change at all. So I don't want to redo it. See, already it is there in the playlist. Okay, so the chapter which I didn't do in the previous year, that is alternating current and electromagnetic induction, and those three chapters which I did in the previous videos, that and all I didn't do. So as a continuation, you can watch those videos, those who want any help from those chapters. Okay, so today I am starting with this chapter alternating current. Here, what is this alternating current? Alternating current. See, so if you want to know about alternating current, first you need to know about the direct current. Direct current means current which is flowing in the same direction without changing its amplitude. See here, if I am representing it as a wave, this is the time graph and this is the amplitude. It will be remaining same. Direction ways also it's same and amplitude also will be same. But in the case of an alternating current means it will be changing its amplitude, continuously changing its amplitude, and direction will be changing periodically. That is alternating current. In the case of alternating current, the amplitude will be continuously changing and this direction will be changing periodically. That means, see here, if I am considering this with respect to time, I am representing the alternating current means it will be as a sine function or as a cosine function. I can represent the alternating current. So that means, see here, if I am representing the current like this, okay, that means at each and every point of time the amplitude of current is varying. Right, first it is increasing like this and then it is decreasing, direction also changing, then it is becoming negative, then negative direction increase, then positive direction increase. So direction is changing periodically. After, say, if I am considering this as a pi by 2, pi like that and all, each 3 pi by 2, 2 pi like that, while I am considering after each pi by 2 it is changing its direction. Direction is changing periodically. That is about the alternating current. So till this chapter, whatever we learned is about the direct current. So here now we are going to study the circuits which are coming in the alternating current. Okay, so here first, how we can represent this alternating current? Alternating current, we can represent it as a sine function or as a cosine function. That means I is equal to I0 cos omega t, or we can represent it as I equals I0 sine omega t. Like that we can represent. While we are representing it like that, if it is a sine function, if we are representing it as a sine function, graph will be like this. Okay, if we are representing it as a cosine function, the graph will be like this. Okay, that means, see here, at the case of pi by 2 it will become 0, and at the case of 180 it will become minus 1, then 3 pi by 2 it will become 0, and 2 pi it is maximum. Okay, like that it will be coming. So this is how it will be representing for a cosine function. It will be continuing in that manner. Okay, so here this is how we will be representing the alternating current. Alternating current will be represented as a sine function or as a cosine function. Okay, so this is about the current. The same way, if we want to represent the voltage, we can represent it as V0 sine omega t, or voltage we can represent it as V0 cos omega t. So here in this this direct current, whatever we learned, that resistors in the circuit, right? So here in the case of this alternating current, in this chapter we are learning about if resistance is included in the circuit, what will happen to the alternating current. If this capacitor is connected to the circuit, what will happen to the alternating current. If an inductor is connected to the circuit, what will happen. That and all we are going to study now. Okay, so first one is AC voltage applied to a resistor. Applied to a resistor. What will happen if an AC voltage is applied to a resistor? So I told you it is like a wave, as a sine function or cosine function we can consider, I told you. And here in your textbook it is given like a sine function. So I am also taking in that manner only. So here this is the circuit. Alternating current, like this we will represent. Okay, this is we will be representing the alternating current. In this alternating current, a resistor is connected. Okay, so AC voltage applied to a resistor. Clear? So here I am considering V equals potential Vm sine omega t. So what is this Vm? Maximum value of potential. Vm is the maximum value of potential. That is called a Vm. Okay, then what is this omega? Omega is the angular frequency. Many times we learned about the angular frequency, right? So omega is the angular frequency. Okay, so how much it is frequency in frequency means number of oscillations in 1 second. Okay, angular frequency means how long in a rotational manner it is changing. That is angular frequency. So omega equals 2 pi by t, or we can write it as 2 pi into nu. This is the formula for angular frequency. Okay, now V equals Vm sine omega t. Then what will be the current? V equals I into R. Then I will be equal to V by R. Here what will be the I? V equals Vm sine omega t divided by R. So Vm by R, what will be this one? This is maximum current Im sine omega t. Okay, so the current we are getting in the case of a resistor will be I equals Im sine omega t, and voltage V equals Vm sine omega t. Okay, so if I am representing this as a graph, graphically if we are representing, how it will be changing. See, Im value is, while we are comparing Im and Vm, Im value is smaller than Vm value. By how much? It is 1 by R decreasing by 1 by R. Right, Vm by R. So while we are drawing the graph, this Vm value will be more than Im value. If this is Vm sine omega t, V is this much, and then I will be, we can represent 1 by R times. So here it will be represented in this manner, like this. Okay, clear? So this is how we will be representing for Im sine omega t. Im sine omega t. So it is, but the phase, there is no phase change. At the same time only it is getting the maximum value, minimum values are at the same point. Okay, this Im value is getting the maximum point at pi by 2, right? And Vm sin omega t also getting the maximum value at the pi by 2. So same point only it is getting the Im and Vm values. Okay, clear? So this is how we will be representing this graphs. Now, how we can represent this as a phasor diagram? That is very, very important. Next, we are going to study about the phasor diagram. So, next is phasor diagram. What is this phasor diagram? Phasor diagram is a vector with respect to the origin, which is moving with angular velocity or angular speed omega. Okay, it's a vector which is moving with respect to the origin with an angular velocity or angular speed of omega. So with respect to the graph only we will be drawing this the phasor diagram. That means, see, I am representing it as like this. Okay, this is I. We know V equals Vm sin omega t and I equals Vm by R sin omega t. That means V is greater. V values will be greater. Right, it is not having any phase change at all. So this is V value Vm sin omega t and this is I value which is Im sin omega t. Right, this is time. If I am representing this in the phasor diagram, okay, how it will be changing? See, we know Vm is greater, right? So it is having omega, but I also same way, it is not having any phase change at all, right? At the same time interval, it is the maximum and minimum values are same. So it is not having any phase change. It is here the value angle is omega t. So this is representing the Vm. This is representing the maximum Vm value and this will be representing the Im value. It is not having any phase change. So a resistor is included in the circuit. Phase change won't be happening for the voltage and current, but the current will be, the magnitude of current value will be decreasing by the factor R. Okay, clear? So today I am doing only this much. So I think it is clear for you. And if you like the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you for watching. Bye.